Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome to another one of my videos. It's so good to have you here and it's so good to be here. Let's get right to today's Divine Daily Blast. Here we go. We're in an angel numerology number 2 day. Now I like to call this diplomacy. This diplomacy in being tactful, but also it's the number 2 energy is about keeping the faith in whatever endeavor you find yourself upon. It works with the 8 of Swords in traditional tarot, which talks about self-confidence and having the guts to break free from a mundane, boring type of existence, looking through the lens of anything and everything is possible right now. I've just got to keep going. Also, what I will say, or I'm being guided to tell you, on these number 2 and I look at the angel numerology number and then tie it in to the general vibrational energy of what's going on, intuition. What's happening? Why do I have to keep the faith? Why do I need to be diplomatic? How is this linking and landing in our current everyday existence? So we have to watch the negative thinking. Why are we watching the negative thinking? Well, because typically when things alter and change, it can seem like it's out of our control. We don't have a finger on the pulse. Somebody else made a decision. Something else upset things. So this number 2 energy is talking about keep the negative stuff on the other side of the fence. Allow the gate to opportunity to stay open. That's the only way it's going to come. So if you do find yourself falling into old habits of, I'm not even sure this is possible, turn it around and say, if it wasn't possible, I wouldn't be thinking it. If it wasn't possible, I wouldn't be doing it. If it wasn't possible, I wouldn't be having these creative ideas. Moving on. Let's go on with my isms. Abundance flows effortlessly into my life. Abundance, my friends, isn't just pots of money. It can be. You can find pennies on the ground. That's abundant. You can find feathers in the garden. That's the presence of wildlife, fairies, angels. You can find flowers and blooms blossoming more than they have before. That's abundance. You can find additional showers of rain where there normally isn't after a drought. That's abundance. All of these things are abundance. This is what I've spoken about before. Abundance is looking beyond the obvious, because typically when we're not experiencing abundance of money or an abundance of help or abundance of health or abundance of wealth, we tend to immediately either look for people who have what we're looking for or wanting. That becomes comparison. That's the thief of joy. Or we sit in the seat of lack. And sitting in the seat of lack, don't have enough, isn't enough, there isn't enough, there never, that creates that energy. It creates a gaping hole of disruption. It's not what you show, it's how you show up. If you're showing up with the weight of the world on your shoulders, that's going to show. If you show up with a scowl on your face, that's going to show. I had an instance on Thursday where something took me out of my general light-hearted, fun, playful way of being. A comment, a conversation with a person that really wasn't particularly kind. And I didn't know what to do with it, but I quickly fell into the habit of being a negative Nelly. One of my good close personal friends happened to come in right afterwards and said, My energy seemed spiky when she arrived. And I had to take myself and be like, I gotta clean this mess up. That's normal. It's human. It's a reaction. It's a response. There were other issues that were coming up. Opportunities where people were not being forthcoming, weren't being cooperative, deliberately trying to sabotage situations on purpose. These things happen to all of us. Show up big, bold, brassy, confident, so you don't allow those spiky energies to bowl you over. I am effortlessly thriving and abundant. That's how you push away that spiky energy, that upset energy. Let's get to our angel affirmation card. It's from Archangel Michael. I am the Archangel of safety and protection. Let me bring you comfort whenever you feel unsafe, physically, professionally, or emotionally. Here's your affirmation. I'm surrounded by angels of protection. I am perfectly safe in all ways. And I've told you my little secret. I'm the keeper of my mind and my body. Wherever love is present, fear is a stranger, and love is right here in my heart. And I repeat it 3 times. Walk around repeating it. That's my goal, to be part of love and attention. That's what I'm going for. Now, we have 2 new Divine Masters and a brand new Archangel activation card. How fabulous is this? That Archangel Michael has not only shown up in our angel affirmation today, he's also shown up to be with us all week with his sword of light, saying, I'm working with Archangel Raphael and Archangel Raguel to bring you peace and justice all week long. I'm here with my sword of light, cutting through the bajibis and the bajujus and the lalalas to get it all pushed away. All you have to do is show up, trust, have the faith, be diplomatic, be with all that. Now, what's lovely about this week too, or as well, I should say, is we have Rama and Sita that has done a return journey into our week. Rama and Sita are about the holy union. They represent the Hindu goddess of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And they were, folklore has it that they were brought together in love. They were brought together in partnership. They're soulmates. They've got romantic opportunities. The message generally is, if you felt slighted in your relationships, if you've been single and perhaps you felt a little pushed aside, or maybe you've been hurt by relationships in the past and perhaps you've been disappointed, don't worry. Rama and Sita are here to remind you that the avenues of love and romance are now opening up, and you can have the confidence to stride forward and attract that great romantic love that you want. But it's not just that. It's the general feeling of love. It's the general feeling of high on a hill with a lonely goat, let's giggle our way through. It's not just I've met the man or the woman or the person of my dreams, I'm with my soulmate. That is very much an opportunity, but it's not just that. In other words, what I'm trying to say is they are not pushing away any other opportunity. They're allowing the feeling of love and romance to cast its romantic spell over you. All right, before we go into the blessing, because as I was shuffling, the card flew out, so I asked our friends Gertrude and Beatrice, do you want me to use it? And there was a big resounding, oh no, yes, go. Which in other words is, oh yeah, not just no, but yes, let's go. The moon has moved into Sagittarius. So that means that in a world where you can be anything, do anything, have anything, go anywhere, that's the general vibe of the Sagittarius moon. Allow yourself to be adventurous, allow yourself to be wise, allow yourself to be open-minded, and allow yourself to be full of magic and wonder. That is the general energy of this moon in Sagittarius today. Now remember, we just got through the first quarter moon on the 1st of August. We're heading towards a full moon in about not quite, a week really. In about a week we get the full moon. Now let's see what the fairy blessing is for today. Love and light. So this is what they want you to know. The fairies are bringing you love and light. They're showing you love and light. And I happen to absolutely adore these colours. Kind of like citrus, pink, orange, gold, pale blue. I mean, this just reminds me of putting on a glitter crown and flying around the house in chiffon. That's that energy that Rama and Sita and Archangel Michael, it's a little bit like the May Day energy. Go and get fun, go and get frivolous, be that fanciful person you were born to be. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you got something from it. Stay tuned, because in a little while I'm going to come up with navigation for the week ahead. It's pretty strong. I did my notes yesterday on the outer planets moving, some going slowly, some going quickly, but they're moving, a whole lot of them. And it's be a little bit, it's almost like pulling yourself off your, I'll get into that in a little bit. All right, my friends, lots of love. Bye for now.